Welcome back with another video on my channel. We are doing Advent of Cyber 2024 and this is Zahi. So let's continue. We are on task 11 XXE day 5 SOC-mas XX-what-ee. Okay, so in previous video we covered the atomic red team. If you haven't seen that, just go to the video in the playlist and go through the walkthrough itself. It was a really cool walkthrough on the atomic red team. Let's continue. We already have a walkthrough video by Taylor Ramsey. He is my one of the favorite content creator on YouTube. And most of his content is related to cybersecurity. So it's really awesome channel. Just go through his channel and support him. He's a really nice guy and the guy that we should have in our cybersecurity community. He believes in free education, same as I. The days in Ware Valley flew by and the software projects were nearly complete just in time for the Christmas. One evening after wrapping up work, software was strolling through the town when he came across a young boy looking dejected. Curious, software asked, "What would you like for Christmas?" The boy replied with a sigh, "I wish for a teddy bear, but I know that my family can't afford one." This brief conversation sparked an idea in the software's mind. What if there was a platform where everyone in town could share their Christmas wishes and the mayor's office could help make them come true? Excited by the potential, software introduces the idea to the mayor, Malware, who embraced it immediately. The mayor encouraged the team to build the platform for the people of Ware Valley. Okay, through the developers' dedication and efforts, the platform was soon ready and became an instant hit. The townspeople loved it. However, in their rush to meet the holiday deadline, the team had overlooked something critical. Through thorough security testing, even Mayor Malware had chipped in to help develop a feature in the final hours. However, it's up to you to ensure the application is secure and free of vulnerabilities. Can you guarantee the platform runs safely for the people of Ware Valley? Yeah, sure, why not? Learning objectives: understand the basic concepts related to the XML, explore XML internal entity XXE and its components, learn how to exploit the vulnerability, understand remediation measures. Important concepts: extensible markup language XML. XML is commonly used method to transport and store data in a structured format that humans and machines can easily understand. Consider a scenario where two computers needs to communicate and share data. Both devices needs to agree on a communication format for exchanging the information. This agreement format is known as XML. It's not just an XML. XML is a very old format. We call it extensible markup language. It's similar to HTML, but as you can see, there are two tags, and the two tags will have either the child tags or the information that we need to represent. So in this case, the name have the information glitch. Okay, all of others are as well. We have address, email, phone, and whatnot. All right. So nowadays we are using JSON and YAML format. Okay, JSON takes much less footprint or much less bias to represent same kind of data. If you compare XML with the JSON, you will say that okay, JSON is more optimal because it needs less of these tags to represent the same data, which can be exchange between the two computers. And YAML is even robust format of the JSON. Okay, so XML is still supported, and most of the old legacy system are still using it. In many of the configurations, XML is still being used, but now people are shifting to JSON or YAML. If there is a new system somebody is launching, then they will always go to either JSON or YAML. You can think of YAML as a digital filing cabinet. Just as filing cabinet has folder with labeled documents inside, XML uses tags. Okay, so one element we call a tag. So we have name tag, address, email, and phone tag, and then we have root tag, which we call people. Okay, and there is some other things as well. For example, there is a way to declare an XML document. So there is a root tag above that, which will declare, okay, this is XML and which kind of encoding and whatnot the XML is using, same like we do in HTML. Okay, so this is a very bare knuckle kind of representation of XML. Tag to label and organize the information. These tags are like folders that define the types of data stored. This is what an XML looks like: a simple piece of text information organized in a structured manner. Okay. In this case, the tag people, name, address, etc. are like folders in a filing cabinet, but now they store data about glitch. The content inside the tag, like glitch, where valley, and 123-4567 represent the actual data being stored like before. The key benefit of XML is that it is easily shareable and customizable, allowing you to create your own tag. So so the next thing is document type definition, where basically you define which kind of document it is, what kind of tags it will support, and even the type of the tags. You can also do that. Okay. Now that the two computers have agreed to share data in a common format, what about the structure of the format? Here is what the DTD, document type definition, comes into the play. A DTD is a set of rules that defines the structure of an XML document. It's like a template, right? So template will have, okay, in this particular template, I need first name, last name, date of birth. Okay. So first name, last name, and date of birth will be written on a piece of paper, but the answer to that particular tag will have a space on the right side or on the left side, where you can just enter the data. So it is kind of similar thing. Okay, DTD, just like database scheme, it acts like a blueprint, telling you what elements, tags, and attributes are allowed in the XML file. Think of it as a guidance or guideline that ensures the XML document follows a specific structure. For example, if we want to ensure that an XML document about people will always include a name, address, email, and phone number, we would define those rules through a DTD as shown below. So document type is people, and then we have element. So we have people, name, address, email, phone. We have name, address, email, and phone. Okay. So this is PC data. All right. So the people will have these particular things inside. All right. So the next elements we define it like this. In the above DTD, element defines the element tags that are allowed, like name, address, email, phone, whereas PC data stands for parse people data, meaning it will consist of just plain text. Entities. So far, both computers have agreed on the format, the structure of the data, and the type of the data. They will share entities in XML or placeholder that allow the insertion of large chunks of data or referencing internal or external files. Okay. They assist in making the XML file easy to manage, especially when the same data is repeated multiple times. Entities can be defined internally within XML document or externally referencing data from an outside source. That is very true. For example, an external entity references data an external file or resource. In the following code, the entity, which is this one, ext, could refer to an external file located at the TryHackMe.com robot.txt, okay, which would be loaded into XML if allowed by the system. So we have the doc type, we have file, and then we are defining an entity, ext system, and it will come from this particular URL. Okay. So if system allows to make the calls to external domains, then this is going to be a problem. If you are making calls to internal domain, that is okay. I think in this case, that's somebody from the developers have created this particular file. Otherwise, if you are going outside, that means anybody can just hijack the domain, put some rubbish value, and can hijack your system itself. Okay, so always, I mean, in my experience, we never use this one before. We always go with the local internal file reference. We are specifically discussing external entities. Yeah, see, external entities, because it is one of the main reasons that XXE, which is XML external entity injection, is introduced if it is not properly managed. XML external entity, XXE. After understanding XML and how entities work, we can now explore the XXE vulnerability. XXE is an attack that takes advantage of how XML parsers handle external entities when a web application parses an XML file that contains an external entity. The parser attempts to load or execute whatever resources or the resource the entity points to. If necessary, sanitation is not in place, the attacker may point the entity to any malicious source code causing the undesired behavior of the web application. Okay, for example, if a vulnerable XML parser passes this external entity definition, so what will happen here is, because we have the system and we just mentioned that this is the local file that we want to include, and if this is full file is coming from outsider and system is trying to parse that and then displays the data as an output to the web page, so what will happen, system will read this one as it is and display it to the web page directly. Okay, so this is what we want to prevent, and let's see if we have this kind of vulnerability in our control. Here, the entity THM file refers to the sensitive file etc password on a system. When the XML is processed, the parser will try to load and display the contents of that file, exposing sensitive information to the attacker. In the upcoming task, we will examine how XXE works and how to exploit it. Connecting to the machine, so we need attack box. I already started, and I already started the VM as well. So the IP address is this one. Let's open this website. This is Ware Valley Wish Valley. I'm opening up my Mozilla Firefox. Let me close this. Open a new tab. Paste and go. Okay, here we go. So this is our website itself. Okay, practical. Now that you understand the basic concept related to XML or XSE, we will analyze an application that allows user to view and add products to their carts and perform the checkout activity. You can access the Ware Valley application hosted on this one. Yeah, we already accessed. This application allows users to request their Christmas wishes. Flow of the application. As a penetration tester, it is important to first analyze the flow of the application. First, the user will browse through the products and add items of interest to their wish list, as here. And click on the add to wish list and under Ware Valley Jolly Cap. Okay. So view. I have added to the wish list. Okay. And this is ID 1. Why there is a second button missing. Do we need to go to products? Yeah, so okay. So this is how you can just add products itself. Okay, I get you. After the adding products to the wish list, click the card button or visit the card.php. Okay, let's go to the card. Here we go. So we have two. See the products added to the cart. On the cart page, click the Proceed to Checkout button to buy the items as shown. Okay. Okay, so here we go, the full name and address. Here we can do something here. Okay, so on the checkout page, the user will be prompted to enter his name and address as shown below. Complete checkout. Wish successful. Your wish has been saved as wish 1. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's an error. Santa's elves are the only one who can read the wish. Okay. We did the same. Indicate the wish is placed by a user on the website. Once you click on the wish 21, you will see a forwarded page because the details are only accessible to admins. But can we try to bypass this and access other people's wishes? This is what we will try to perform in this task. Okay. Intercepting the request. Before discussing exploiting XXE on the website, let's learn how to intercept the request. First, we need to configure the environment so that as a pen tester, all web traffic from our browser is routed through burp suite. This allows us to see and manipulate the request as we browse. We will use the burp suite, a powerful web vulnerability scanner, to intercept and modify requests for this exploitation. You can access burp suite in the attack box or on the desktop of the attack box. You will see a burp suite icon as shown below. Yeah, let's open up burp suite. Burp suite Community Edition. Once you click the icon, burp suite will open with an introductory screen. You will see a message like welcome to burp suite. Click on the next button. Okay, we did that. On the next screen, you will have the option to start burp. Click on the start burp button to start the tool. Okay, awesome. Once burp suite has started, you will see its main interface with different tabs such as proxy, intruder, repeater, and others. Still working. VM is running on full capacity here, as you can see. Maybe because of the processing of this particular JavaScript. What do I make? Come on, burp suite. Okay. In the meantime, so we have proxy, intruder, and repeater. Inside burp suite, click the setting and tab at the top right, and you will see the burp browser option available under the tools section. Enable allow burp browser to run without a sandbox option. Why we need to do that? We can simply use the Mozilla with burp suite, or maybe they want to showcase the internal browser option as well. Still waiting. Still waiting. Okay, finally. Okay, next, start burp. Come on. Okay. So what we need to do is enable allow burp browser to run without a sandbox option. Click on the close icon. Okay. After allowing the browser to run without a sandbox, we would now be able to start the browser with pre-configured burps with proxy. Navigate to the open browser option located at the proxy intercept section of the burp. Open the browser by clicking the open browser as shown below and browse the URL like this one so that all requests are intercepted. Okay. So here we go. Did we open 2 times? Maybe that is the issue. Okay. So here we go. So where is the update or restart? No, we don't need to do anything. Here is the setting button. And burp browser. Allow browser to run without a sandbox. It will automatically save. Close. Alright. Here's the proxy and open browser. Intercept is on, as you can see from here. I clicked on open browser. Yeah. Okay, so we have port swinger chromium available here, which is awesome. Okay, so once you browse the URL, all the requests are intercepted and can be seen in the proxy HTTP history tab. Okay, what is happening in the backend now that you visit this particular and add some items? So let's do that. So I will just click forward here. So once I click on add wish, as you can see, there is a post request with all the information is listed here, right? So I will click on forward. An AJAX call is made to, so this is asynchronous Java call is made to wishlist.php with the following XML as an input. All right. In the above XML product ID tag contains the ID of the product, which is 1 in this case. Now let's review the add to list request logged in the burp suite HTTP history option under the proxy tab. As discussed above, the request contains XML being forwarded as a post request as shown below. Yes, we can see that if we go to the HTTP history, and it was post request. And I open this one here as well. Let me close it, as you can see here. So this was the post request and this is the response. This wishlist.php accepts the request, passes the request using the following code. Okay, so as a real pen tester, maybe we will not have the code available to us directly, but in this particular simulation they are giving us the code as well. So lib xml underscore disable entity underscore loader is false, and then simple xml underscore load underscore string simple xml element, it is loading item added to the wish list. Okay, preparing the payload. When a user sends specific crafted XML data to the application, the line lib xml underscore disable underscore entity underscore loader allows the XML parser to load external entities. This means that the XML input can include external file reference or request to remote servers. Okay, so they are specifically putting this line in order to introduce the XXE attack. Okay, if you don't include this, make it like true, then in this case I think we can stop the attack itself. When XML is processed by simple XML load string with the lib XML underscore no ent option, the web app resolves the external entities, allowing attacker access to sensitive files or allowing them to make unintended requests from the server. What if we update the XML request to include references for external entities? We will use the following XML instead of above XML. Okay, so what they are doing is the doc tab is foo, and in here we are defining an entity, and in here the entity name is payload, and then the payload will basically read this particular file. Okay, and then the payload will be mentioned as a product ID here. All right, so this is our payload basically. When we send this updated XML payload, the first two lines introduce an external entity called payload. The line entity payload system etc host tells the XML parser to replace the ampersand payload, and then this one reference with the content of the file etc host on the server. When XML is processed, instead of a normal product ID, the application will try to load and include the contents of the file specified in the entity. That is very true exploitation. Now this is how we can do the exploitation. Now let's perform the exploitation by repeating the request we captured earlier. The Burp Suite tool has a feature known as a repeater that allows us to send multiple HTTP requests. We will use this feature to duplicate our HTTP post request and send it multiple times to exploit the vulnerability. Right click on the wishlist.php post request and click on send to repeater. Let's do that. We are sending it to repeater. Repeater is over here. All right, so here is our, so this was the line I was trying to tell you about. Usually in XML we need to put this line to make sure that it is compatible with all the XML vendors. Alright, so now switch to the repeater tab, and where you will find the post request that needs to be modified. We will update the XML payload with the new data as shown below and then send the modified request. Okay, so place the mouse cursor inside the request in the repeater tab in the proxy and press Ctrl V. Paste the payload in the above highlighted area. We already done so, and click on send. The server process the malicious XML payload, which include the external entity reference to the etc host file, which is basically there on the server side. It is a local file, but we are including it with external entity reference. So the external word does not mean that it should be a domain. It cannot be a local file. It can be a local file or external domain. As a result, the wishlist.php responded with the contents of etc host file, leading to an XXE vulnerability. Okay, so let's try that. I hope this is visible. Somehow it is taking the actual resolution, so it is displaying a very small. I'm trying to make it bigger, but it is not showing it anyhow. So here we go. So we have this particular etc file. As you can see, the product ID is this one. Localhost following lines are desirable for IPv6 capable host. Okay, let's try. root lag.txt. There is no such file. What about XXE password? No such file, right? Okay. Let's continue. Time for some action. Now that you have identified a vulnerability in the application, it's time to see it in action. MaxKD software has tasked us with finding loopholes, and we have successfully uncovered one in the wishlist.php endpoint. But our work does not end there. Let's take it a step further and assesses the potential impact this vulnerability could have on the application. Earlier, we discovered a page accessible only by administrators, which seems like an exciting target. Okay, what if we could use the vulnerability we have found to access the sensitive information, like the wishlist placed by townspeople? Oh wow, good. Now that our objective is clear, let's leverage the vulnerability we discovered to read the contents of each wishes page and demonstrate the full extent of this flaw to help MaxKD secure the platform. To get started, let's recall the page that is only accessible by the admins. So this is wishes. Let's try this. This will not work, I know. Because we need to give it an absolute directory in order to read it. So using this path, we just need to guess the potential absolute path of the file. Typically, the web applications are hosted in WAR, WWW, and HTML. So let's try this one. Here we go. So this is the wish_1. It is by Mere Malware Test, and the part is what-ee can, quantity is 1. Okay. Not all web applications uses the path WAR, WWW, HTML, but web servers typically use it. So we are trying to do the same. As you can see, we had a similar result. Surprisingly, we got lucky that our assumption worked. The next thing to do is see whether we can view more wishes using our discovery. To do this, we are replacing the wish_1.txt to the wish2. Okay, let's do that. So this is the wish2, and it is also a test. As a result, we were able to view the next wish. We may observe that we just incremented the number by 1. Given this, you may continue checking the other wishes and see all the wishes stored in the application. After iterating through the wishes, we have proved the potential impact of the vulnerability, and anyone who leveraged this could read the wishes submitted by the townspeople of the Wear Valley. Conclusion: it was confirmed that the application was vulnerable and the developers were not at fault, since they only wanted to give the townspeople something before Christmas. However, it became evident that bypassing security testing led to an application that did not securely handle incoming requests. As soon as the vulnerability was discovered, MaxKD promptly coordinated with the developers to implement the necessary mitigations. The following proactive approach helped to address the potential risk against XXE attacks. Disable external entity loading. So the primary fix is to disable the external entity loading in the XML parser. In PHP, for example, you can prevent XXE by setting this particular method with value true before processing XML. Validate and sanitize user input. Always validate and sanitize the XML input received from the users. This ensures that only expected data is processed, reducing the risk of malicious content being included in the request. For example, remove suspicious keywords like etc host or etc password etc from the request. After discovering the vulnerability, MaxKD implemented the immediately remembered that a change log file exists within the web application stored in the following application. After checking, it was seen that someone pushed the vulnerable code within the application after software team. Oh, so somebody did do this. Oh, so it was the mayor himself. We fixed it, but somebody still pushed the code. And here is our first flag, I think. I hope this is visible. With the discovery, Masquerade still could not confirm whether the mayor intentionally made the application vulnerable. However, the mayor had already become suspicious, and Masquerade began to formulate theories about his possible involvement. What is the flag discovered after navigating through the wishes? What is the flag seeing on the possible proof of sabotage? So we already have this, so let's put this one. Okay, so which wish we, okay, 21, so let's put 21 here. Okay, the flag is not here. Let's go with 3. We don't have flag. Let's go with 4. Let's go with 22. Okay, 22 is not there. What about 20? Okay, 20 is not there. Okay, so let's go with 5. I think flag will be somewhere around here. 6. What kind of flag we need? Wait, let's go to the hint. There are a lot of townships who submitted their wish, so try iterating up to 20. Okay, this is what we are doing. 8, 9, 10. What about if we also come from top side? This is 19. This is 18. Okay, let's go with the 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yay, here is our flag. So it was 15. So I'm gonna copy this one and come back, put it here, submit. Awesome, so we have completed it. If you want to learn more about the XXE injection attack, click on XXE room. We'll check it out. I have a lot of rooms that I need to check it out, so it will take 60 minutes to complete, and maybe after this video I will definitely check this one out. Okay, completed. Follow Masquerade advice. Software recently hardened the server. It used to have many unneeded open ports, but not anymore. Not that this matters in any way. Okay, awesome. So thank you guys for joining me on this journey. We learned a lot. We actually discovered XXE vulnerability in the source code, which was provided by the task itself. So if you want to learn more about this, you can just go to the room and try to go through the room itself, the XXE room. For us, we just gonna continue with the task 6, 7, and 8. So thank you guys for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comment, please mention in the down below comment section, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.